Alright, welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to continue on our discussion of quadrilaterals, and now we're going to get into some specific quadrilaterals, first starting with a parallelogram. So parallelogram, one of the properties is that the opposite sides are parallel. So in this case, AB is parallel to DC, and then AD is parallel to BC. Opposite sides are also congruent, which means that AB is congruent to DC. Remember, congruent is essentially what we use when we're comparing shapes and sizes. Instead of using equal, we use the term congruent. And also AD is congruent to BC. Next up, another property of parallelograms is opposite angles are congruent. So in this case, we have angle A is congruent to angle C, and angle B is congruent to angle D. So these are opposite angles, an angle across from each other. If you just eyeballed this up, they look similar or look congruent. And in the case of a parallelogram, yes, it is true. That has been proven. So opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. For instance, if I told you this is 70 degrees over here for angle D, then angle B would be 70 degrees as well. Next one is consecutive angles are supplementary. Remember, supplementary angles are two angles that add up to 180 degrees. And any consecutive angle in a parallelogram, if you add them together, you get 180. I just have two sets listed here. A, and if you add angle A to angle B, it's 180 degrees. If you add angle C, or angle D to angle C, you get 180 degrees. So two consecutive angles. This also holds true for if I had angle A and I'm adding it to angle D. If I'm taking D and I'm adding it to angle C, or if I'm taking C and I'm adding it to angle B. Any consecutive angles, that means angles right next to each other, so this one to this one, this one to this one, are add up to 180 degrees. Next property is the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So what I mean by bisect, if I take both the diagonals of a parallelogram, that where they cross, it bisects each one. So from the center point to B, and from D to the center point, I should have labeled the center point, they are the same length. And that goes for this diagonal too. So this portion, which too bad this pointer's in red, you can't show, but this portion of the diagonal and this portion of the diagonal, since they're bisected, that means they are both equal. This is with these little hash marks. From here to here and here to here are the same length. Same with A to here and then C to the middle. In each one of these properties, a lot of the times you'll be given a math problem and you'll need to know these properties in order to solve them or to solve for that variable. All right, that's all I have for the properties of a parallelogram. Hopefully this video helps you in your assignments, and stay tuned for future videos on specific quadrilaterals. Next one I'll be doing is most likely will be the square. And I'll talk to you soon.